What do you want?
Just in time. We've got a mess on our hands. Worse than after a dog eats a cheese wheel. The Dominion ambushed us. I'd be ashamed to call it a rout if I wasn't considering how in oblivion they knew. At least we've learned where they are, even if it's butcher's work to get them out of that place. Our attack was a disaster. The other vice cannons agreed to keep our forces together. Should have known they'd peel off the moment I turned my back. If they weren't keeping Stormhold from tearing itself apart, I'd let them boil in a fish kettle. That's the mess. If they're smart, they retreated to a defensible position. My scouts here spotted a cave in the ruins. Before I return to my regiment and order an assault, I need someone to break through enemy lines and confirm they're alive. The cave's smack in the middle of Tenmar Walk. The Dominions locked it tighter than a High Elf's fundament. Might have to knock a few heads to get past them. We each think the other vice cannons are incompetent. Ha! No, it's politics, plain and simple. The one who stays behind looks out of touch, so off we came to the muck. Politics be damned. Next time we draw straws for staying dry and Stormhold. When the Dominion ambushed us, they made a deliberate effort to split our forces. If Hetamin and Servina have any sense on the battlefield, they'd recognize that and stay together. Why does anyone invade anywhere? Those pristine towers of theirs must get boring. Maybe a good brawl in the mud beats chasing their cousins for kisses. Truth is, I don't care why. I care to get them out. The cave's smack in the middle of Tenmar Walk. The Dominion's locked.
Magistrix Box was finally defeated. What a shame. I heard she used to be one of Amalexia's handmaidens.
The ruins crawl with Dominion. Watch yourself out there. You may look like someone I met in Stormhold, but make any sudden moves and I'll shred your false skin. You may look like someone I met in...
How did you find us? Unless you're a skin stealer. Keep your hands empty, if you please. But you don't stink of death. You're likely what you seem. What remains for you to share is why you came here. Still with us, is he? That man is luckier than a Khajiit in an abandoned fishery. What does Rondar want? If it's for me to say he was right about sticking together, he can drown himself in a bog. We don't need rescuing. We need Rondar to recognize we're bait in another Dominion trap. Tell him I won't allow such wasteful theatrics on our behalf. If you find Vice Canon Rondar's regiment, you'll find him. Tell him to call off his attack before the Dominion picks him apart. He shouldn't throw away his soldiers for what little remains of our forces. If Vice Canon Rondar sends for reinforcements, he'll gain enough soldiers to clear these Dominion muckworms from the ruins. We can manage until then. It's a good place to fight with our tails to the wall. Why did that fool Nord insist we all come together? The ale's finally rotted his last bit of sense.
Vice Canon Hatamine says you're no skin stealer. Please forgive my manners before.
Go around! You aren't like the others. You should keep your own face. It suits you better.
They came from underground. I saw them drag the others away. We prepared to assault the cave when the soldier beside me stabbed me in the back. When I fell, I saw my own regiment attack itself. Those skin stealers wore our friends' faces to betray us from within. Do you think that they have my face now? I saw them take Ukatse alive, knocked him out, dragged him away to that altar like a piece of meat. Don't let them steal his face.
Untie me before she returns. That crazy elf. She tried to cut my chest, but I kicked her off the altar. Said she'd be back with a duller knife so it would last longer. Wait, I smell her. Cut me loose. Don't let her steal my face. Thank you, friend.
Stay away
Quickly,
from my new
meet
face.
me in that cave.
Vice Canon Hatermine says you're no skin stealer. Please forgive my manners before.
Ukatse is one of our finest scouts. Seeing him alive is sunlight in the afternoon.
The ruins crawl with Dominion. Watch yourself out there.
What madness. Soldiers died thinking our own ranks betrayed us. I'd like to feed those skin stealers to a Wamasu at the flux. I saw Vice Canon Rondar's guard lead him away before the attack. If his guard was skin stealers, he's in grave danger. I'm not just the best-looking scout in Shadowfen. I'm also the best tracker. I can pick up Vice Canon Rondar's scent and lead us right to him. I'll need someone to watch my back while I follow my nose. We should work in pairs with skin stealers about, yes? I heard a pine thrush call, but those birds aren't native to Black Marsh. Then I saw my friend raise her mace and bring it down on my helmet. But now I know their smell. Sweet with decay, like swamp water. A lingering taste of burnt leaves. I'm not just the best-looking scout in Shadowfen. Then I'll shadow you, and alert you when I pick up Vice Canon Rondar's scent. Ready when you're ready. Stay alert. I don't want to end up on that slab again.
Scatter!
Something's wrong. He smells very dead. If the vice cannon was dead this whole time, was it a skin stealer who launched the attack on the cave? Or before that, when we lost the other vice cannons? Vice Cannon Rondar always smelled of mead. I didn't. I should have. Zeus! What secrets do the Dominion already know? You're right. They'll know what to do. They have to. Despite his rough manner, Vice Cannon Rondar was a hero to many in Stormhold. When this is all over, you'll have a fitting burial. This imposter must be found before he can fool anyone else. But I think I know where he's hiding. Vice Cannon Rondar ordered us to stay away from a nearby hill. If it was his skin stealer, he must have held us back for a reason. I bet he's hiding below the hill's surface. The buried temple complex must have an entrance there. A doorway, maybe stairs, or a portal of some kind. I'd join you, but I'm no use in tight quarters. I'll inform the vice cannons of what happened, yes. It's terrible. Wondering if you should trust your superiors.
Old Mary Grandeur!
Come to me, mortal. This is the way in. Curious. You dabble in their spells and break into their outpost. Oh, how he misjudged you. How grand. Yes, you marvelous fool. I allowed them to pull me from oblivion, bind my essence, and siphon my power because I'm secretly behind their shabby little plans. Oh, but you don't know about those, do you? You can never know that, dear mortal. But you're best able to help me dance upon my captor's innards, aren't you? For but a small favor, I'll tell you the Dominion's plans, why they've come to Shadowfen, whose faces they've taken. Everything. You must find the pair of altars binding me, further inside the complex. Do so, and I pledge to share the Dominion's plans and direct you to their most prized possession. Also, I pledge not to violate your corpse on your burial day. A true bargain. There is no other way, my sumptuous little morsel. Break my bonds and I'll give you what you desire. Perhaps more. Or don't, and let your self-righteous pride doom the entirety of Shadowfen. Mortals do love pretending they have a choice. Such an unexpected indignity. When I first devised this torture, I never thought it would one day be visited upon me. Smile and nod your head, mortal.
What are you doing? Hide before the Dominion spots you.
Move now!
You fight the Dominion. You haven't tried to cut off my head yet. You aren't here to worship Daedra, then. So what in Oblivion are you doing in a Daedric temple overrun by Dominion skin stealers? Fair point, fair point. All right, I won't deny it. Friends and I came looking for Daedric tidbits to sell to mages. Then those Dominion soldiers came. They were thick on the ground until today. I was about to make a break for it when I saw you. Caught, one by one. I'm the only one alive. Well, alive and wearing my own skin. Hey, let's help each other escape. You draw their attention and I'll slip past them. What do you say? Used a captive Dremora to pull their souls from their body and seal them in magic rocks. Then, well, you've seen how these Dominion wear faces. I still hear their voices, calling from those rocks. They're dead, but still in pain. What a scam. Smart idea, dealing with Daedra. Before the Dominion came, she promised my friend the night of his life for a drop of his blood. I guess being flayed alive counts as the night of his life. She wore his scales like a robe. Seems trustworthy, yes? Maybe. I spent many cramped nights listening to Rúvitar, the High Elf in charge of this place. I'm sure I could piece it together. But my friends don't deserve to be trapped in glowing rocks. Free them, and I'll help you. A good deal, yes? Trust me, it's for the best. I'll make my way to the inner chamber, where Rúvitar spent most of his time. Try not to attract the Dremora's attention while you're about. She's a vengeful creature. The Dominion captured their souls in strange rocks. They're on platforms, and they glow like rutting Wamasu. Rúvitar complained the rocks were very fragile. I bet smashing them would release my friends. Rúvitar left before the Dominion pushed out to the surface. I never saw his face, but that doesn't matter when anyone could be a skin stealer. Anyone. But not me, yes? The Dominion captured their souls in strange rocks.
The Thalmor commands! I'm hurt! Fly! Now!
From the sides!
Good thing you didn't release the Dremora. We'd both be ribbons in her hair. Behind her, there's a door to what Ruvatar called the Vault. They have hist sap in there, stored in giant vats. It's part of their skin-stealing magic. The real question is, where'd they get so much? Wait, I don't want to know. Whatever they did to the hist sap turned it flammable. Once we enter the Vault, set those vats on fire to end this nightmare. That's the easy part. I heard Ruvatar mutter the words 100 times. Maybe you can get something useful out of that Dremora before she realizes you double-crossed her. If you keep her busy, I'll open the door. I go nowhere until that Dremora has her attention on someone else. Don't know if she could kill me with a look, but I'd rather not risk it.
You're no fool to withhold your trust. Commendable, truly. But you'll go no further without my help. Destroy these bindings and free me. Your reticence is infuriatingly enticing. Very well. Ruvatar used hist sap and my stolen essence to create his skin stealers. The hist sap is what steals the victim's memories. It's all to acquire the Nemic egg. With it, he has all of Black Marsh. My patience grows thinner than you'll be after I fit you with a scathing girdle. Fail to uphold this bargain and I'll instruct you in pains of which you've never conceived, mortal. Wait, what is that swamp rat doing to the vault door? Then gaze upon your doom. Ruvatar and his prize.
Door's open. The Dremora didn't pull our stomachs through our nostrils. I call that success. The hist vats are further down the passage. You set them on fire, I'll stick to the shadows and find signs of where Ruvatar went, yes? Doors open. The Dremora didn't pull our stomachs.
Fool! Your interference ends here.
Quick, over here. No sign of Ruvatar, but the Nord over there is definitely a skin stealer. I know what he's planning to do with those prisoners. If I help out, you'll tell nobody about my Daedric relic hunting, yes? When you approach, that Nord skin stealer will kill those prisoners and gain power from their deaths. Something the Daedra worshippers used to do in Ten Marwalk. I'll run in and release their bonds. I've untangled worse knots, magical or otherwise. Keep him busy, would you? I don't want to decorate his axe. All right, Bijat, you can do this. Faster than a flesh fly, nimbler than Khajiit.
Anyone could be a skin stealer. Anyone! You'd never find all of us. We are everywhere!
Follow me. The exit is this way. You stopped the skin stealers in Ten Marwalk. I can go home. Yes, yes. I heard him complain this ruin didn't hold everything he needed. He left to find a place of power where he could use his special egg. What did he call it again? Yes, that's the one. Here, this portal leads beyond the ruins. I'll stay here and see about freeing any prisoners stuck inside. And if you're planning to inform the Vice Cannons of Rubitar, perhaps leave me out of your report, yes? Yes. Get out of here while the portal holds. I'll go after the prisoners and make sure they leave safely. Did that work?
Things have never looked worse.
I need a moment to recover. Vice Cannon Servina will be eager to hear what happened in there.
Ukatse informed us you had entered the ruins to pursue Vice Cannon Rondar's imposter. Whatever you did in the ruins caused a lot of panic amongst the Dominion. We chose our moment and pushed out of the cave. Vice Cannon Haytamine was wounded in the process, but she'll survive. Yes, but Vice Cannon Rondar's death weighs heavily on Haytamine. She says she should have known. Poor thing. We were all fooled. But enough of our troubles. Did you stop his imposter? Once she's recovered, Vice Cannon Haytamine will no doubt celebrate your accomplishment. But this artifact you mentioned, the Nemic Egg, do you know anything of its whereabouts? A Dominion general, perhaps, whoever he is, will stop his march through Shadowfen. I'll appoint Ukatse to lead the scouts in our search for Ruvitar. I swear to you, he'll account for the Dominion's terror. This Nemic egg is unknown to me. If it originated in Shadowfen, perhaps an Argonian would know more. I had someone else in mind. Argonian keepers know the history and legends of their lands. I'm positive one of the keepers at the hatching pools could tell us of the Nemic egg. Vice Cannon Haytamine and I must rally the remnants of Stormhold's forces to the hatching pools. If the Skin Stealers took Vice Cannon Rondar, they'll know what he knew. Rendezvous with our forces at the hatching pools. We must learn what the Dominion plans for the Nemic egg. Vice Cannon Haytamine was a sight to see coming out of that cave. She makes a pretense of frailty, but she stood shoulder to shoulder with the rest of her troops. Such valiance is a rare trait in politicians.
How long was Vice Cannon Rondar a skin stealer? I fear it will take months to undo the damage wrought by his impostor.
Keeper Omnise was a kind woman. She tended eggs, you understand? She was a midwife to Argonian hatchlings. And they butchered her. The Dominion cut her down and left her to rot. I take no pleasure in being right. The Dominion must have learned Vice Canon Rondar's knowledge of the hatching pools. It is imperative we learn the Nemikek's true role in the Dominion's plans. They bring nothing to this land but abomination. If you haven't seen it yourself, Dominion forces are all over the hatching pools. They kill anyone who tries to leave. The only good news is they've left the eggs unharmed. We could use your help in learning why. I'd like you to cut down every Dominion soldier you see, but a quieter approach is more prudent. Either way, find Keeper Uzith A. He'll know how to buy time until I arrive with reinforcements. Ukatse found ceremonial garb in the chest behind me. He made it past Dominion guards, but one of their tigers sniffed him out. His wounds weren't too severe. You could use the garb to seek out Keeper Uzith A. Just keep an eye out for tigers. Report the extent of this attack to Vice Canon Haytamine. I expect to return with reinforcements quite soon. We'll drive the Dominion from the hatching pools. If you see opportunities to aid the Keepers, I urge you to do so. Ukatse found ceremonial garb in the chest.
Assistant, you know better than to... Yes, I think I see. What brings you to me, Assistant? Assistant, the Dominion tells us nothing. Those who left, they killed. Those who stayed, they let live. We don't know why. We continue to prepare for the hatching. They haven't stopped us from that yet. As we speak, the eggs grow moist. Before we begin the hatching, I wish to know the Dominion's intentions. But endangering yourself on our behalf isn't something I can ask. Then go. Light the braziers and the Zanmirs of first light and setting sun. As you walk amongst the Dominion, listen with care. We must know if they mean us harm. And look for Assistant Talixith. If she still lives, inform her I'll need her assistance. Your clothes may fool the Dominion, but the egg scent doesn't cling to your body as it does ours. Stay away from their tigers. Everything. Now leave me. I really must prepare the ritual. Very well. When we die, our memories return to the Hist. When one of the Hist dies, it gives seed to a Nemec egg. Everything it witnessed, everything we witnessed, is contained within that egg. Those memories would be lost, and the Hist would suffer. We would suffer.
Covered in so much fur. They're starting to grow together. Here, I'll show you.
Keep your boots on. We're only here until the eggs hatch. Then the lizards get theirs, and we leave this muck wallow for good.
come to stop the Dominion soldier who devours my kin? Have you come to... Keeper Uzathay can go count his scales. A Dominion dryskin cooked and ate one of our unhatched eggs. Though I'm sworn to the shell, I will not allow him to harm another. Make the egg he consumed his final meal. Spill his blood upon the ground where it may feed the roots of future generations. Show we fight to protect our young. He must pay for his crimes. Have you come to stop the Dominion soldier who devours my kin? Keeper Uzathay can go count his scales. A Dominion dryskin cooked and ate one of our unhatched eggs. What good is the hatching ritual if these despicable fools eat our young? Tell me what platitudes would Keeper Uzathay say to that? This dry skin must be stopped for good. Have you come to stop the Keeper Uzathay? Make the egg. He must pay for it. Have you come? Keeper... What good is the hatching ritual if these I wasn't thinking of the others. Your words humble me. I'll return to Keeper Uzathay shortly. He'll know how to stop this madness. I'm sure of it. Have you come to stop the Dominion soldier who devours my kin?
The lizard put you up to this? I'll eat her young.
Thank you. These people are savages. I hear they eat their own dead. I'll return to Keeper Uzathay shortly.
They're almost like the spinners from back home. Couldn't we spare them, sir?
What part of no survivors don't you understand, Private? These savages are the enemy. Once they complete the ritual, they die
sir.
like the rest. If you're so keen to argue, talk to the alchemist. It's his order.
Sir, Yes, sir.
Nobody cares at all.
The braziers burn atop the Zanmir's pinnacles. Tell me, what have you learned of the Dominion's plans? There must be more to it than massacre. What can they achieve by waiting before slaughter? They could kill us now and have done with this place. Something sinister is at work, but we have no time. The hatching will soon begin. Then there is hope. As the hatching approaches, the Dominion will likely observe the ritual. Would you stand with us, despite the danger? Then we should begin. The time of hatching has come. We gather by the boughs of the Hist. What have they... No, this cannot be. Birkenberg! What have they done?
Ahate! No!
The Dominion. They'll doom us all! The Hist. Our link is gone. I cannot feel the Hist. This must be why the Dominion waited, to see if the hatching would fail. Without the Hist, the eggs can't hatch. Now there is only void. I feel it, forming around the tree. You saw what it did to Ahate. The same will happen to our unhatched eggs. I'll offer myself to Sithis in exchange for holding back the void. It must be done. Save the unhatched eggs. Keep the eggs from the void. Protect our future. Sithis, I implore you. Shield our unhatched eggs from the void. Sithis, exchange my life for the void. Ah!
The mist. It's killing the eggs. We must save the eggs. Dominion. They're coming. We must save the eggs. The mist. It's killing the eggs. Dominion. They're coming. We must save the eggs.
I can't hold back the void for much longer. Return to the void. Return. Return.
He's gone. He died for the eggs. Did it work? Are they safe? Some, you say? They murdered our hatchlings, our children. Why? But you saved some. That is... it's a good thing. It must be a good thing. We must restore our link to the Hist. Without it, the hatching pools will never see our young rise from its cool waters. The Dominion can only cause such a thing with a powerful artifact. Then the danger is graver than I thought. The Nemec egg bears the memories of the Hist. Severing our link is the least they could do with it. Come, we must leave this place.
What happened? If Assistant Talixis is with you, where are the others?
Why would Vox attack our own people in Southport?
Then we're too late. Thank Vivek, some good news. We'll bring the eggs to Hismir where they'll be safe. You handle yourself admirably against such odds. The Dominion would have killed half a generation of Argonians without your help. What of the Nemec egg? Have you learned what the Dominion wants with it? Then we know why Rúvatar needed a place of power. Should the Dominion bring the Nemec egg to their homeland, they prevent every Argonian hatching ritual from afar. I think I know. When our scouts found signs of Dominion soldiers to the west, Vice Canon Hatamine led a contingent of soldiers to an Aliad ruin called Loriacel. Hurry there and tell her what you know. If you'll excuse me, I have vermin to clear from the hatching pools. CVC you to your destination. With luck, the Dominion won't be so fortunate.
The Dominion will destroy us all.
What about the Dominion soldier? What will you do about him? Some come to see the Zonmirs and dig for buried treasure. Bah! Only the hist matters. At last, a private meal. You are too generous.
You saved me. I'm grateful.
The soulless one thinks I can be defeated. Not so, fool. I don't want revenge. I want your submission.
Vice Canon Haytamine asked us to watch the southerly approach. The Dominion seemed determined to get to Loriacel, no matter the cost. The Vice Canon took it upon herself to find out why. Vice Canon Haytamine's contingent left to investigate the Dominion presence in Loriacel. A short time ago, Lamia boiled out of the ruins. How can I assist the hero of Ten Mar Walk? Then you must inform Vice Canon Haytamine immediately. She left for the ruins above to scout the aftermath of a battle between Dominion and Lamias. Go quickly and quietly. We'll keep the Dominion trapped in the ruins while you seek Vice Canon Haytamine. And watch out for the Lamias. They're territorial and vicious.
The Dominion stirred up the Lamias nesting within Loriacel. Keep your voice low. I understand they're quite sensitive to sound. You were the one ray of sunlight to shine upon Ten More Walk. Come brighten my day. I'd smile wider than a slaughterfish at your success, but I suspect Ruvatar's plans involve using the Nemic egg for an unspeakable horror. Go on, then. That's all? Then we must stop him, and quickly. Search the remains of this camp for any indication of Ruvatar's whereabouts. I'll rally the soldiers and prepare to assault the ruins. Be swift. More Lamias could boil from the ruins at any moment. I doubt Ruvatar took the Nemic egg far from here.
Over here.
Have you seen Vice Cannon Hadamine? Our scouts spotted the Dominion's main force. The Dominion retreated into the ruins after the Lamias tore them apart. If we strike while they're bloody, we can pay them back for 10 Marwalk. Then we must learn where the crocodile rests its head, so we can crush it in one blow. I shouldn't ask, but after 10 Marwalk, I must. If we knew Ruvatar's movements, we could end this abruptly. Would you do us the honor of finding the crocodile's lair? Prepare yourself for trouble. The Lamias will slay you for their supper, if given a chance.
kind stranger. Kazdi begs you, release her before hungry snake ladies return. No! They've left Kazdi to die! Curse brute Vitar! Brute Vitar sealed us out. Kazdi's fellows all dead, killed by dirty snake ladies. No doubt this Pecked soldier kills poor Kazdi now. This swamp, I hate it! Endless woe! Poor Kazdi. Questions? Not blades? Yes. Merciful Pecked soldier takes pity on Kazdi. Ruvitar took his big glowing egg behind that door and sealed it up. He's like a spider wearing a sash. Treat with respect, salute often. But Kazdi knows, still a spider. No, a high elf. But he does awful things to swamp lizards through their special trees. Poisons them like a spider's bite, see? Ruvitar uses his big, glowing egg to destroy swamp lizards. Behind a door, like a clawless coward. That is all Kazdi knows. Open sealed door. Squash Ruvitar flat, wash foot. Kazdi can help open the seal. Ruvitar bragged of defenses so often, Kazdi knows them like her own whiskers. Simple. Kazdi wishes to stop the clawless high elf who kills swamp lizard babies and leaves Dominion soldiers to die. And see elsewhere again, maybe. If Kazdi shows you how to remove seal on door, you splatter Ruvitar. Deal? Lead on, friend of Kazdi. Ruvitar drew power from 3 Ayleid crystals to seal the door. If you activate the crystals, they take back their power from the door. Then you open the door and wallop Ruvitar. Simple, yes? The first one is near the sealed door. The others are in the same room, but held up high in claws. Fear not, merciful friend. Passages lead to the claws through hordes of angry dead and countless snake ladies. But Kazdi keeps light on her feet. Lead on, friend of Kazdi. Kazdi knew you could do it. Pact Soldier is talented and merciful. The door seal will fade. Ruvitar will not expect this. No, not at all.
So much death. My students, my egg siblings, none survived the Dominion's experiments. Now the Lamias take their bodies for food. Please, help me recover their bodies so they can return to the Hist. Dominion soldiers brought us here for that alchemist's experiments. Ruvitar, I heard them say. None of my students survived. And now, the Lamias took their corpses. A shadow scale freed me and offered to recover the bodies, but she needs help. Then work with Aquinas. She'd have the bodies already if the Lamia cave didn't stink of death. She's blind, you see, but still a shadow scale. Mark the bodies with this paste. She'll track the scent and sneak the bodies from the Lamia cave. Thank you for pitying an injured tree minder. I pray for your success. It's all I can do, for now.
Mahi found another to help. Praise Sithis. Another body. Thanks for lending your sight. Mahi regains his spirits. Good work, outsider. I slipped Mahi past the Lamias. Go, speak to him.
Kazdi knew you could do it.
The Dominion cut away my sight. They thought it would muzzle a shadow scale? Ha.
The bodies of my egg siblings were desecrated by the Lamia Queen. Until they're whole, I cannot return them to the Hist. Aquinas brought the bodies to me, but they are mauled, broken apart. What was stolen must be returned, or their angry spirits will haunt Loriacel until the void takes us all. The Lamia Queen did this. I am sure of it. I saw her flaunting them as trophies. Slay her and bring what you find to me. Aquinas and I return to the antechamber with the bodies. I'll wait for you there. I must attend to my students' bodies in the antechamber. Please, return what the Lamia Queen took from them so they can find peace.
The Dominion cut away.
'Cause they knew you could do it. Because they knew you...
It's no use. Unless they're whole, the spirits of the departed can receive no comfort. They say Lamias can talk, if they wish it. From what I've seen, they're little more than beasts. Please restore what's missing to the bodies. I'll guide their spirits back to the Hist. Months ago, I taught my students this very ritual. Now I must use it upon them.
I rejoin my egg siblings in the Hist.
You've led me back to moisture. Hist be with you.
I hear the Hist. Am I free?
I bring memories of your aid to the Hist.
It's done. My students return to the Hist. Once the fighting dies down, Aquinas and I will reunite them with the swamp as a fallen leaf returns to soil. I'll not allow the wounded to become food for Lamias. Pact or Dominion, I don't care. None deserve such a fate. Thank you for lending your aid to a stranger. I will not forget you, nor will the spirits of my students, nor will the Hist.
My blade shattered. What bears a knight with missing means? Only despair.
The door is free to open, clever, merciful friend. Soon, Ruvitar troubles Dominion and Pact no longer.
Another's hands. A theft unparalleled. Honor demands satisfaction. In the name of my liege. A slave in such finery. Her loin, no doubt, grovels suitably for your crimes, and I may behead you apace. What madness! I, bereft of weapons and arms, and a slave, dare speak? Be you a dream spirit sent by the Enchanter to test my resolve? Very well, foul wind. We away to my liege. I'll waver not from duty, despite the Enchanter's ploy.
You bear the implements of my thralls, yet skin and sinew drape your bones. You're more than a wandering collection of ritual components. But what precisely?
The door is free to open.
What treachery! The Enchanter claims my liege lord's chambers. How could this... My Meridius light. I recollect it. The Enchanter decreed us slay our liege lord. We gave chase, our blades flickering like fading Vala stones, and... Though the Enchanter overthrew my liege lord with trickery, my oath binds me true. I must obey him as my new liege lord. You awaken a truth long since dead. Leave me to my misery, slave. I swore a sacred pact to bulwark my liege lord from every menace. Yet the Enchanter twisted our oath. When he commanded, a profane compulsion forced us against our liege lord. I wept freely as I struck her down. I don't profess to know the Enchanter's ways, but my oath compels me to protect the phylactery above all. Of this, I doubt not. Then why do the enchanter and the phylactery seem one and the same to me? I cannot serve two masters. It goes against my oath. Were you not beneath my station, I'd embrace you, slave. You've revealed the falsity underpinning my oath.
How dare you stand in my presence? Show deference to your new liege lord.
I deny your claim upon me. Begone, foul trickster!
The door is free to open.
I sense the enchanter banished, but only for a trice. He shall return to mete out weighty punishment. I cannot destroy the phylactery, but I beseech you do so. End the source of the enchanter's hold upon us. If Meridia favors me, enchanter shall perish with the source of his power. Your thievery must be held account, but leniency is in order. Perhaps a finger of your choice? Slave, tell me true. Do I seem vigorous and lively? The world seems indistinct. And you are no slave, and I am no longer a knight. But I discharge my oath in spirit as in flesh. What knight can hope for such fortune? Meridia, guide your hand true upon the phylactery.
Dear Noli Malam said I'd find you inside, but reported nothing of your Dominion prisoner. I knew to expect you, but not one of Ruvitar's soldiers. I take it she's your prisoner? You've interrogated her, yes? You'll forgive me for not thanking one of Vice Canon Rondar's murderers for turning her coat. But the Khajiit is your prisoner. What would you do with her? You can't be serious. The Dominion stole our soldiers' skins, murdered a Vice Canon, and destroyed Argonian eggs at the hour of their birth. Beheading would be leniency. Set one of these Dominion criminals free after the terror they brought to Shadowfen? Rúvitar plans to end the Argonians as a species. You earned my trust at Tenmarwalk, but this is too much to stomach. Even now, Rúvitar works to separate my people from the Hist. If you must consider what to do with the Khajiit, I urge you to do so quickly. You can't be serious. The Dominion stole our soldiers. This Khajiit came with the Dominion soldiers who committed terrible crimes on Rúvitar's behalf. If not responsible, she is complicit. Is this truly your decision? Then we'll take charge of the Khajiit. Guard, treat her as my personal ward. I'll allow no reprisals against her. Once our soldiers take the entrance, we'll join you in the Inner Bailey. Rúvitar can count his lifespan in minutes. Wait. Should only one of us walk from these ruins, you must allow me to thank you on behalf of Shadowfen citizens. Sithis guide your steps in the darkness, and refrain his embrace until you will it. I must be sentimental in my old age. All this death weighs upon me like a second set of scales, yet there is more of it ahead. Are you ready to show Rúvitar he cannot break the pact? If you have the chance to capture him, we could put him on trial in Stormhold. Make him answer for all he's done. But I'm happy to fit his head for a pike. As I believe Vice Canon Rondar would say, stab the elf in his crumpets. If you hurry, you may be able to take Rúvitar by surprise. Any advantage we can get at this point is worth it.
Woe be to Khazdi. Pact soldier dooms her to rot in a cell, away from the warm sun. Is better than missing her head, Khazdi supposes. Goodbye, merciful yet punitive friend.
No! I've nearly unlocked its secret! You'll make a fine test subject!
We should feed Ruvatar to Wamasu. But for now, let's recover the Nemec egg. Zuth! What has that monster done to the Nemec egg? I'm almost afraid to touch the Nemec egg. Are we too late? You can't hear the noise? Piercing like flesh flies roosting in your ears? And the smell, like moss and ailed hide set aflame. But we must remove it from these ruins before the Dominion returns. Did Ruvatar remove your hands, then? A joke, my friend. None shall touch the Nemec egg until I'm certain this isn't some kind of Dominion trap. Please, stand back. This will require all my concentration. Stay vigilant, yes? I can hear the Nemec egg. Such rage.
Vice Cannon? Is everything all right? The Nemec egg holds her in some form of trance. We must wake her. What happened to the Vice Cannon? No doubt Ruvatar's doing. May his corpse dry to a husk. We must wake the Vice Cannon before the Nemec egg tears her mind apart.
Wondrous. You touch the Nemec egg, yes? Then our minds join within the Hist itself. They don't appear to be part of the Hist. Perhaps a vestige of Ruvatar's experiments. If so, we should remove them, yes? Possibly. Looks like we must get to the heart of the matter and leave no corner unexplored to solve it. Hmm? Oh, I'm more concerned with the state of the Hist than our safety. Don't you see? If we heal the damage to the Hist from within, perhaps the Nemec egg will recover from Ruvatar's blasphemies. I suspect we find and remove whatever afflicts the Hist. I'm embarrassed to say I have no idea how. Before your arrival, I found myself racked with pain. Now all is calm. The Hist's subtle way of indicating you should lead, yes? They don't appear to be part of the Hist. Wondrous. You touched the Nemic egg, yes? Then our minds Wondrous. You touched the Nemic egg, yes? Hmm? Oh, I'm more concerned with the state of the Hist than our safety. I suspect they don't appear to be part of the Hist. Perhaps a vested... You've done it! Did you feel the air shift? There's something here, but I can't put my claw on it. No matter. It seems so real, doesn't it? You think we weren't in a dream. I recognize those nests, those houses. I've seen them in Shadowfen. But where? That statue, those nests, are we within the Hist memories? And those creatures, brothers to this Hist. Something's wrong. The Hist brothers seem agitated about these memories. These memories are recent tragedies? The Hist brothers don't understand the anguish, and fear the Hist must be full of rot. Perhaps, if you help the Hist brothers understand the Hist's anguish, they won't need to cut it away. Hmm? Oh, I'm more concerned with the state of...
We heard the wails, felt the trembling of roots. But what our brother says of the Fleshwalkers, it cannot be! Our brother's fear spreads through the roots. He claims the Fleshwalkers boil our blood in vats of iron, all at a Daedra's command. Where is the truth in that? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
Our thoughts turn against us. Who else would have the will but the Fleshwalkers? Is it time for the Song of Sithis to bring the void? Shall they taste fear, and then nothing? Our brother's thoughts roil like thunderheads, yet we do not understand. He says the Vice Cannons shed their skins like water snakes to hide their intentions. Where is the truth in that? Then we leave our brother with the truth, Fleshwalker.
Butchered. Their blood poisons the ground. The work of those who serve, or those who forget their place? We'll rend the swamps barren before they tear our roots from the earth. We feel our brother's rage, but do not understand. He says the Dark Elf Vice Cannon tried to destroy the eggs at the hatching pools. What does this mean? The Dark Elf Vice Cannon returns to the old ways, when egg clutches hatched as slaves. She destroyed a hatching to remind the Hist of her power. If our brother speaks lies, we must feed him to the mire. Which is the truth of it, Fleshwalker? Our brother's pain won't relent, Fleshwalker. We abjure him from the Hist.
What's happening? Everything fades away.
Small one, leave the rot memory. Come to us and speak. Fleshwalkers rarely visit our dreams, small one. The walls of your thoughts bring warmth to our own. Soon we awaken, to nourish ourselves back to health. You must leave, or be dashed against our dreams. When you quickened our dream, we knew her great purpose and sent her beyond the dream. But you, we could not send you just yet. You healed the wounds inflicted by the Fleshwalker Ruvitar, small one. The Hist shall dream of you always. In seasons to come, we'll grow and blossom. Our roots will mingle with the withered roots of our brothers. They will heal as we do. You've made our future whole. Go now, and be blessed. Fleshwalkers rarely visit.
Please, Vice Cannon. 10 more minutes of sleep.
You're awake. When the Nemec egg took you and the Vice Cannon, I sent for troops to carry you away from Loriacel. The Vice Cannon can explain why you're on this ship. I prayed for Sithis to keep you from the Void. Did you hear me? In your sleep? No matter.
Alive and kicking, I see. As for me, I feel a decade younger. Can you see the healthy shimmer to my scales? You no doubt have questions. Please, ask. It's the least I can do after your help. After my soldiers retrieved us from the ruins, I was asked to bring the Nemec egg to the Pact, hence the ship. It soon departs Shadowfen for Skyrim. Zuth, does your head hurt? Oh, mine feels like an overused drum. Did you feel the Hist slip inside your mind? Such strangeness within my head. Thoughts I didn't think myself. Listen to me, going on like I'm freshly hatched, and they call me a hero of the Pact. That's the plan. The meeting will take place in Skyrim instead of Mournhold. The Nord ruler has his own artifact to contribute to the moot. Time to set sail for the land of ice and snow. Of course, your presence is requested. That's what happens when you attract fame and fortune. Unless you plan to run across the sea, I suggest you find the boatmaster. While waiting to set sail is a thrill, please complete your business and let the captain know we're ready to go.
Please, Vice Cannon. 10 more minutes.
Nope, not on my list. Can't take any shipments unless you're on my list. No exceptions.
Best not to swim in the swamp water. Why not take a boat instead? Yes, your ship is ready, and a fine one it is. Very few rats, plenty of fruit. Let me know when you're ready to set sail. Good. Follow me, please. Best not to swim in the swamp.
We Nords love the wind and sea. From the docks here in Windhelm, our ships sail across the world. I know every vessel in port, where it's from and where it's going. The Windhelm docks are busy most days, but with the Conenliker festivities, let's just say I barely have time to have a pint of ale and a bite to eat. Well, most people are having a good time. With Filgor on the move, there is a bit of sober undercurrent these days. Still, you can't keep the Nord spirit down for long, not when there's food and mead to be had. Plenty. You can participate in the Conenliker, perhaps, or just watch the competitions. We have a couple of fine drinking establishments. I recommend the Cold Moon Inn, but others prefer the Sober Nord Tavern. Well, most people are happy.
Ah, Skyrim. It's been some time since I've seen its people, and its snow. I will enter the city and find a safe place to store the egg. Then I will enjoy the celebration. The Nords know how to keep the cold at bay. It's my favorite thing about them. I'm off to celebrate. Stay moist, friend.
Hello. Can I speak to you for a moment? Welcome to Windhelm. You're just in time for the celebration. If you don't mind me saying so, you look pretty capable and good in a fight. Just the sort of individual that Thane Mera is looking for. Thane Mera Stormcloak. She keeps the city running and oversees the Windhelm Guard. That makes her extremely busy, especially now, what with the Conanliker and the Ebonheart Pact delegates and all. Of course, in addition to attending the Conanliker, the Pact leaders have important business to attend to. Important business. Now hurry along. You can find Thane Mera at the center of town, right in front of the Palace of Isgramor. I'm sure Thane Mera will appreciate your assistance and your discretion. Oh, many apologies. I'm the Ebonheart Pact envoy in Windhelm. I've lived here for some time now. I can honestly say that I know all of the city's movers and shakers. If you need anything, anything at all, I'm the one to ask. Yes, yes, the Conanliker. The Nords are very proud of their celebrations, and this is a big one. They want to prove that even though the Akaviri damaged the city, Windhelm is still a beautiful and vibrant place. That's what the Nords call this celebration. The entire city is celebrating King Yoren's 10th anniversary as the Skald King. Nord clans have come to Windhelm from across Skyrim to compete in various challenges to honor the king and his reign. The Akaviri hit Windhelm hard during the invasions. Most of the damage has been repaired, but work continues on the palace. King Yoren insisted that the rest of the city should come first, so the palace was the last thing worked on. I'm sure Thane Mera will appreciate your assistance and your discretion.
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization. And I don't see your paperwork.
I don't believe this. I'm not leaving until you let us in.
They're all the same. Give a Nord a helmet and they get all high and mighty. It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
You look strong and capable.
Good in a fight and brave enough to travel the world in search of adventure. If my assessment is even close to correct, I could use your help. The Konenliker, the great games to honor the reign of King Yoren, fills the city with mirth and good cheer. When a new king survives to his 10th year on the throne, we celebrate. But not everyone who has come to Windhelm is in a festive mood.
I'm not leaving until you let us in.
You look strong and capable. You look strong. I am the Thane of Windhelm. My father was captain of the guard. I followed in his footsteps and climbed a bit higher. We Stormcloaks helped build Windhelm centuries ago. We're an old family, and we're proud of our heritage. What do I do? What don't I do? Rules and regulations. Meetings with King Yoren and other Thanes. Now I'm hosting pack delegates. A lot of political nonsense. Mostly, I delegate so that I can guard the city. People feel safer with the Thane around. Yes, they've come for the celebration, but also to meet with King Yoren about packed business. I try not to get too involved. In fact, I'm not sure how Yoren stands all the pomp and ceremony. It would drive me insane. The Konenliker, the great games to honor the reign of King Yoren, fills the city with mirth and good cheer. When a new king survives to it, the Stormfist clan hasn't been seen in a decade, but they return for these games. Since then, there have been numerous injuries and a few deaths, and I fear worse things are to come. The clan stays at the Cold Moon Inn. See what you can learn.
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization.
We don't like to talk about it. But Yoren wasn't the unanimous choice to ascend the throne. The Stormfist clan backed his challenger, and they have been associated with ill omens ever since. Discretion is called for, hence an outsider like you. Yoren's brother, Fieldgore. He desired the throne. Normally, succession is determined by the crown of Freydis, but there were complications. Anyway, the brothers fought, Yoren won, and Fieldgore was exiled. End of story. Or so we thought. I am the Thane of Windhelm. My father...
What do you want?
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to meet.
You know the rules. No one's allowed inside without authorization. And I don't see your paperwork.
I don't believe this. I'm not leaving until you let us in.
Let's drink to the ladies.
They're all the same. Give a nod a helmet and they get all high and mighty. It's no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
Come on, help us out here. We have deadlines to meet.
I erect the spine.
I don't know if I can go on.
You know, never mind.
I'm not afraid of anything.
Heard you fought a fierce battle in Direfrost Keep, New Blood. Our brethren said they heard fierce storms raging before you emerged. Must have been an epic battle.
A sharp blade solves more problems than it creates. At least that's been my experience. There's the King's Festival, if that type of thing interests you. Me, I'm not a fan of large crowds. They bring in all kinds of trouble. I don't trust that Stormfist clan one bit. We haven't seen them in a decade, but they showed up for this year's Konenleiker. They're nothing but trouble, you mark my words.
If you're looking for a hired blade, look somewhere else. I don't do that anymore. I was a good soldier once. I was a faithful follower of Kain, along with the rest of my family. After the disaster, I was disgraced, no longer fit to serve in the regular army. So, for a time, I sold my blade to the highest bidder. What does it look like? I sit here, and I drink until I collapse. And then I get up and drink some more. It's the only way I can endure the memories. You ask more questions than my mother, and she's the keeper of Kain's Grove. Leave me to my drink, or I'll show you how good a warrior I used to be. If you're looking for a hired blade, I was a good soldier once. I was a faithful follower of Kain, along with the rest of my family. After the disaster, I was disgraced, no longer fit to serve in the regular army. So, what does it look like?
I continue to work on my masterpiece. The one song that will win the heart of the woman I can't live without. She'll surely swoon and accept my hand in marriage the moment she hears it. I just need to finish it first. Inbuild Cold Moon. That woman is the definition of beauty and grace. Sure, many would call her a simple stable girl, but I know her to be so much more. Well, she knows my name. At least, I'm pretty sure she knows my name. I'm working on more. Hopefully, this song will convince her of my worth as a suitor. Why would I do that when I can sing her a beautiful song that describes my feelings? What a strange suggestion. I continue to work on my master.
Ooh! If I win a contest, can I get a medal? I like medals.
Well, 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 look who it is. The second bravest member of the Undaunted. Come treat with me, friend. With me and these lovely ladies. There's always something. How do you feel about a trip through the desert? I heard a drunken laborer scream about an ancient dwarven ruin in Alakir called Volenfell, full of ghastly dwarven traps. The man was part of an expedition there, an expedition run by a right pretty lass. Shame I'm already occupied here.
Oh, are you another Undaunted like Velvin the Sword Arm? He is so brave and strong. I could listen to his tales for hours.
You're not another fool like Felvin here, are you? Thinking I'll jump in his bedchamber after a drink? There isn't enough mead in the world for that. Isn't enough mead in the world to sate my thirst, either. I don't want a drink. I want 12. I can order for myself, thank you. Just shovel the gold. You Undaunted are a strange lot. Do you go around buying drinks for everybody? You probably do. Maybe I have Elvin misunderstood. Probably not.
Heard you fought a fierce battle in Direfrost Keep, New Blood.
Thanks again, friend. I'll be one singing your praises, if you come back alive. You lot seem to have trouble with that. I'll not forget your generosity, my friend.
Welcome to the Cold Moon Inn. We only attract the lowest class of customers. No offense. As long as it's not for my hand in marriage. I'm sure my husband wouldn't appreciate that. I'm teasing, dear. Well, you arrived just in time for the King's Conanlaker Festival. Clans from all across Skyrim have come to compete in the games. It's all to honor King Yoren's rise to power. The Cold Moon Inn attracts all kinds, especially the kinds that don't want to draw attention to themselves. But we welcome all paying customers. The food's hot, the meat's cold, and the place is clean. Mostly. I hear lots of things, but most of it's kind of boring. This might interest you, though. I hear the king's brother Filgor has returned to Eastmarch. King Yoren defeated him in a challenge once, so who knows what he's up to. You touched a glowing egg and then talked to a tree. Must have been strange.
Ooh! If I win a contest, can I get a medal? I like medals. What? Getting warm. It's an old city. What do you mean? I like music. The whimsical harps of the Altmer always bring a tear to my eye. Their fingers gently caressing the strings of the beautiful instruments, plucking and strumming songs that touch your soul. It's like they can see right into my heart. I hope a troll eats him. What?
Heard you fought a fierce battle in Direfrost Keep, New Blood. Our brethren said they heard fierce storms raging before you emerged. Must have been an epic battle.
That's just about enough of this.
I forbid it, young lady. No daughter of mine is going to be courted by a Nord stable boy.
You look like I could use a drink.
Let's not have any trouble.
We're running low on mead. I wonder what happened to that shipment from Volya's meadery.
You've been gone for a while. Tell me you found something useful. Cheating at the Conanliker and the Stormfist clan. They haven't caused this much trouble since... Oh no. This is worse than I feared. We need to determine what's really going on here. While you were completing your mission, another competitor was injured. One of my best. The champion of Windhelm. This just got personal. I have another task for you if you're willing. I want you to enter the next event, the foot race of the 9 Holds. I name you Windhelm's new champion. That should confuse our enemies. If you're willing, go talk to the race organizer Lenning. He's along the western wall.
Come on, help us out here.
Hurry! Speak to Lenning the Hawk and enter the race.
No one's allowed inside without authorization. And I don't see a thing.
You're good at digging up information. We're better to keep an eye on things than right in the middle of the race. I can't post guards at every tower. And as an outsider that no one has ever heard of, your participation should confuse our enemies. Hurry! Speak to Lenning the Hawk and enter the race.
They're all the same. Give a nod a helmet
Come
and
on,
they get all
help us out
high
here.
and mighty.
We have deadlines to
it's
meet.
no wonder the palace is still a wreck.
I